begins to rise, it says hello as the sun says goodbye. The birds ride the wind and nowhere there to go. They're just cruising by, singing a song or two for you and I. The ocean meets the sand and whispers to it too, come dance with me and lose yourself deep in the sea. Oh, the world, it works so beautifully together. Oh, the world, it seems in harmony. Why can't you and I live together in harmony? The butterfly emerges from deep within the cocoon. It was hiding for a while, getting ready to show its beauty and change. The winds begin to blow and dance with the trees and twirl the leaves around as they dance in the sunlight. The rain, it begins to fall, everything washes off, all shiny and new, just like me and you. When we were once born, the world is there together as one. The world is there together in harmony. Why can't we live together and understand who we are? Why do wars make us better when we feel like we are hurt? Why can't we love one another and give it all a chance to dance? The world, it flows so beautifully, it dances with the planets, and the stars light the way, and the universe says, you are one with me. Why can't we learn to live together as one? Why can't we learn to love everyone? Oh, the world is in harmony.
are one with harmony. We've got some holiday harmony going on here. Live at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are answering questions today. And we're getting ready to put a little love in our hearts for the holidays and to really close out 2019. So for many of you, I would imagine 2019 has been interesting. For others, maybe a little adventurous. For some, a little difficult. And for some of us, it's gone by way too quickly. I seem to recall it was just September. And here we are in the month of December. Not just the beginning, but the middle of December. So we have 15 more days till we have the countdown of 2020. So we want to ask you, how's it been? Where do you want to go? And what is it you want to create for your 2020? You see, we've got to put a little holiday magic into all of this. Never before have we had such powerful things going on in the universe, energetically, planetarily. We've got so much power going on in the upgrading of the human physicality. Our cells are transforming. Things are beginning to hit a different level. Many of you are just waking up. So for those of us who've been awake for a while, or if you've just woken up, guess what? It's going to be an interesting 2020. And we really want to have our magic really hammered in, know exactly what it is we want, and really focus our intentions, because we want to catapult from these last 14 days of December right into 2020. Because when we hit the ground running in 2020, the ground's going to be a little rough. And we want to be sure that we have a clear idea where we're going to go. Energetically, spiritually, we need to know emotionally, and of course we want to know what is it we're going to manifest. Are you looking to manifest more abundance, a partnership, a new relationship, a career? Are we ready to create a relationship of a lifetime? You've got the say. You can do it. And in this moment, as you move forward into your 2020, you want to be the driver of your own vehicle, of your own expression, of your own destiny. We don't want our car driven by other people's thoughts and ideas and opinions and their conditioned beliefs as to who we are. So what if you don't know who you are? Well, you better spend a little time with yourself and really sit and recognize who you are today and who you've become, and be sure to notice how far you have come. Very often what it's easy to do as a human is notice what we've not achieved. What have you not achieved? What check on your checklist has not been checked? How do we move forward when we're focusing on the things we've yet to do? Well, we have to focus on what we have accomplished. We have to be kind to ourselves. We need to admire our energy and our ability to transform. And as we move ourselves forward, we need to remember that we are in charge of our destiny. I know it doesn't always seem that way because, well, the universe is moving and things are changing and people are doing different things. There's unexpected surprises. We feel sideswiped by other people's experiences and they kind of fall into ours, and then we don't know how to react, and then we get swept up in someone else's story. And then sometimes we become a victim. From victimization, we cannot find our power. So we need to remove ourselves from the stories that are slowing us down, that are blocking us, that are creating an angst. We need to remove ourselves from the stories of those who don't wish to help themselves. We have to make the change. The only person you can control, the only person you are truly responsible for, unless you have a little one, a minor, is you. So how many adults do you have that you are taking care of that need to find their own way? This is not the time to be carrying other people's stories and continue to lose yourself in their stories just so that you do not take a good look at yourself. So many of us involve ourselves in other people's stories because we want a distraction from who we really are. We aren't ready to take a good look at ourselves and really take a look at what it is we want and what we might need to adjust and change. And yes, that means taking a look at the human imperfections, the human flaws. the things that we all have. But maybe, just maybe, we can make an adjustment. You've got the power. You can make the change. But you have to believe that you can do it. So today, why don't you put in the feed 3 things that you love about you? Let's come from a place of energetic support. Let's recognize the value in each one of you. Let's applaud the greatness that is you. Let's find your happiness. Let's find your peace. Let's find your harmony, your joy. Let's find your unique attributes, those attributes that define you, those unique gifts that were given to you from the heavens, from God. Let's tap into that and really take a good look at how wonderful you are. Because by recognizing that and tuning into that energy and attuning to the universe and the angels and the divine power of love, well, you, yes you, can achieve all your dreams. We just have to unplug from a few other things that have been a tape playing in our minds, distracting us on the way. We've got all the energy we need to make a shift. Are you ready? Are you open for 2020 to be the best year ever? But it's really important when you go into this 2020 to have a clearer idea than ever before as to what you want. That means no pussyfooting around. No siree. We need to take the time to invest in ourselves and recognize who you are. And take a good look at what you've always wanted to do. And then let's see what 2020 has in store for you, because you're creating it. You're manifesting it. You're shifting it. You make all the difference. We welcome your questions here in the feed. Be sure to give us a specific question and your birthday. And if you're asking about you with someone else or some kind of collaboration, we really appreciate if you give them their birthday. And try to keep the questions as specific and short as possible. It makes it so much easier for us to go through the questions so that I can get to as many people as possible. Well, today on our Sunday Funday, as we generally do, we are going to open up the energy for the collective, the group, everyone here, and get a sense of what is happening energetically for all of us. And we are opening up the energy to tell you first that creation is near. You have the power to create. And the focus for these next 2 weeks are detaching from what no longer serves you and envisioning and taking some action in the direction of what you want. It's time to make some really big decisions. And if you've got some uncomfortable areas in your life, all of you, that isn't quite working, then now is the time for you to begin to detach from those things. Do not feed into stories that no longer serve you. It is a powerful, powerful time. And each one of you has an opportunity for change. And there's a lot of people who are being very disrupted right now. You might have noticed that people are a little out of sorts. There's a lot of angst and anger and fear. And people just really feeling very uncertain, not just about their future, but who they are and why they're on the planet and what the meaning is of life. Maybe a lot of you are depressed. You're feeling out of sorts. High anxiety is on the planet. Breathing and finding one's inner peace is so important. Understanding that you can transform any circumstance and condition by first tapping in and tuning into you, your inner soul, your inner harmony, and making a conscious change. We're going to open up the energy. Helena's got us set up in a very specific way. And we're going to talk about some of the products that we're launching for 2020 as well. But before we get into all of that, I think we've got to tune in and say hello to some of the people that we've got here on Facebook, and hi to everyone on YouTube, and tell you about a very special Wednesday night we have coming. To celebrate the holidays, I have a very special guest. Rob Mack. Rob Mack is the happiness coach. And he's going to be joining me on Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. He is the star of a talk show, Good Morning La La Land. And he is a powerful, energetic being who is going to be assisting us in finding our happiness and understanding what happiness means to us. And his story is quite fascinating. So Rob and I on Wednesday are going to be taking your calls on the radio show at WWNN. And if you've heard, we've expanded to other radio stations. So Rob's going to be joining me for this, well, once-in-a-lifetime experience. He's been featured on Good Morning America, the Today Show. He's backed by Vanessa Williams and so many stars. And he's even a dating coach. So those of you who are looking for some guides in dating, we want to talk to Rob. So be sure to join us Wednesday night and spread the word. And maybe Helena could put some information in the feed as to what we've got coming up. And be sure to follow our page at sarahspiritual.com and our Facebook page, because later on tonight we'll be posting the specifics for Wednesday night's show. We want to spread the word. We are really blessed. And Helena, if you could, I'd love to pick up Rob's book from the shelf and just show everyone a little bit about Rob before we go to our collective conscious message here, because we want to tune in and tap in. Thank you so much. The Happiness from the Inside Out, the Art and Science of Fulfillment, Robert Mack, and he has been featured in so many CBS Early Morning Show, so many television shows. He is a psychologist. He's been featured in magazines, and he is the real deal, as everyone says. But he's the real deal in helping you discover happiness and finding your way. And this is an important time for all of us to find that happiness quotient. Discover 8 ways to a happier self starting right now. So we're going to be talking about that and what does happiness mean to you. So we're going to be talking to you, the listeners, on Wednesday night. So you want to remember to make that call Wednesday night early and join in and join the conversation with Rob, because I know we're going to have a fabulous time with my dear friend Rob Mack, who's here from out of town. He'll be in from LA, and we are very excited to have him join us. So we are going to take out our cards for the collective consciousness, see what we've got going on. We've got all our little crystals here. And we're going to be using some very powerful decks here for all of you. We have the Divine Feminine deck, and we also have the Angel Tarot, and then we've got my favorite little cards, which are my love cards, and they're little heart-shaped cards. So we're going to take a look and see what everyone has coming up for them as we look into this week of December 15th. And I know many of you have been experiencing a lot of changes. So we're going to pick for each of you 3 cards here for the collective message. And then we're going to go to our angel deck, and we're going to give them a good little shuffle for all of you. And then we're going to pick so that you have a message from the angels as well. And remember that I'm going to give individual messages and answer questions. So hopefully you can share the page. We've got our angel cards right here. And that works beautifully for us. And then I'm going to flip the cards in just a moment, because we want to get our heart cards going. And I love these cards. They're just so beautiful. I'll just show you the outside of one of them. They're just so gorgeous. And let's see what we've got here. So I'm going to just divide them, and I'll pick 3 hearts for us. And we will see what those messages are. And here we go. Our collective conscious message that we've got going on. Then we have a special deck we're going to draw from as well, but we haven't revealed them yet. Never before used. So stay tuned for that, because we've got a lot coming up. So we're going to go to our angel cards, and this is for everyone who's on the feed. And for the mass consciousness here, we have the 10 of Ariel, and there's very much for us to be grateful for. Now is the time to be grateful. Now is the time to shine our energy and to see where we can go. This is an important time for you to drop down into your gratitude and to truly understand that gratitude is the key to happiness, and gratitude is the key to achieving everything that you desire. So we have our 5 of Ariel, and that gives us that message. And then we have the Ace of Gabriel. And the Ace of Gabriel is this beautiful energy of the gift of passion and opportunity. And it's this beautiful energy to do something amazing in the sense of the world. So if you have an idea within you, those of you in the feed, that you want to make something spectacular happen, and you want to be contributing to the consciousness of the world and make a difference, then you've got that mission ahead of you. And that is our Ace of Gabriel. So those of you who are wanting to make a difference, you most certainly can make a difference. This is the time to move forward. And for a lot of you, we've got the angel Metatron. And it is time for you to make a leap of faith. So now's the time to make a big leap of faith and move in the direction that you can create a shift and a change. And I want you to truly understand that any major decision in life, sometimes it requires a choice and a chance. And so when you need to take a chance, take it in faith. Take it in the knowing and the energy that everything that you want is coming and will come expeditiously. And that would be our wonderful leap of faith with the Archangel Metatron. And we've got Helena's kind of zooming in on these, so I'm going to just kind of give her the Angel of Metatron here, and I'll take these and give you those right there, Helena.
I had it perfectly set up before, and then I had a little glitch.
That's okay.
But
we will work on it.
But
we have our leap of faith. And now we're going to go to our Divine Feminine cards. We have Rabia, the Queen of Saintly Women. I am in service of divine love, and I move in the energy of love the way love asks me to move. Love is the universal flow of energy. We want love to be our guiding force and directs our every move. So for those of you who are trying to make some choices, using the energy of love is going to be a really important tool stepping into the 2020. So we want to incorporate that energy of love. So we've got our Divine Feminine card here, and these are beautiful cards for you to use, and they truly help you. And we also are going to the next Divine Feminine, which is the White Buffalo Calf Woman. And this is a prophetess. So many of you are prophets. You have that intuition. You have that, well, that sixth sense, that psychic ability. And you need to let your heart be your compass. So I'm noticing a theme here in everything that we've pulled, that our heart needs to be the compass, that our heart needs to show everything that we desire. And it needs to guide us in exactly the right way. So we have our White Buffalo Calf Woman, and she, from the Divine Feminine cards, is offering us that very special guidance. So we're going to give her that right there. And then we have another Divine Feminine card, which is the Cosmic Egg. We have never drawn this card before. This is the Divine Feminine, the universe within me. I am a force ever expanding in love. So love is ever expanding within you in this Divine Feminine, and you are the egg, the safe container, to be fertilized with your ideas and your joy and your happiness and the creation and the inspiration from others. And as your egg is fertilized, you birth a new project, a new idea, new happenings as you step into 2020. So this is a great time to be moving forward and to be in the energy of fertilized love. And this is such a powerful card for all of us. Now we have my favorite little cards, which are my heart cards. And when it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Think how much comfort we can find in that statement. There's no right or wrong. It's expanding your consciousness. And when we do something in love, with the energy and intention of love, then we do it for all the right reasons. Whatever the outcome, it's divine. Even if it doesn't turn out the way you desire, there's a divine purpose. And this is a very powerful and beautiful card. And we're going to just place it right down here. So you can just take a look at the picture and truly embrace that picture as I go to my next heart card, it's important for many of you right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. We were just talking about that before we pulled the cards. Now's the time to take the time to know who you are and focus on you and your energy and your intentions so that you can move yourself forward in the creation of what you want. And not lose yourself in other people's stories. There you are, the card to really complete the story. So I'm going to place that card right there. And then we're going to go to reflection. It is time to give each other space at the moment and take a good look at yourself and reflect. So appropriate for cards that we're pulling here for the close of the year. As we close out of 2019 into 2020, I can't believe I'm saying this. It seems like just the other day we were talking about 2019 was coming. I just swear it was just a Facebook Live ago. And here we are talking about 2020 coming. And remember, everyone, that reflection is the key to see the reflection of self, the mirror image of yourself, the mirror image of God's love and creation and the divine essence within you, and to utilize that energy so that you can live the life of your dreams. So there we go. We've got that. That is so beautiful for us. And I love that card. And you know what? That card looks so nice next to my nails. I think I just want to keep my nails right there.
We need a good nail shot.
We need a good nail shot here, right? Oh, there we go.
Look at the glitter.
Look at the glitter in the nails. Yes, indeed. We've got them.
Your nail tech does an amazing job.
Maria at Fantastic Nails does amazing nails. So we're going to take out a new deck for everyone tonight. We are showcasing. I'm so excited. We are so excited. We have been playing around with these decks here. And let's do this, Helena. Let's remind everyone, Wednesday night, we have got my friend, Rob Mack, and he's going to be on Wednesday. So join us, everyone, at our Wednesday night show from 6 to 8 p.m. Rob and I are going to be answering your questions, and we're going to take you on the journey of happiness. What is happiness to you? Self-discovery, self-awareness, gratitude. How are we going to find that happiness factor? So let's take a look at happiness Wednesday night. Join us from 6 to 8 p.m. on WWNN. So I do hope you join us this Wednesday. You're going to absolutely love my friend Rob Mack. It's going to be great. All right, let's get ready for our wonderful cards that we have for everybody. Oh, yes.
I love Sarah's spiritual commercials.
I know. I know. Save that one. We'll see if we'll do something else later. We'll perfect that for him.
Also, this new deck.
This new deck. Tell them about this new deck, Helena.
This new deck is brought to you by the Expedito Enlightenment Center.
Yes, we have these cards at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. You can tell Helena had a really good time at our Vanilla Ice event. I opened up for Vanilla Ice. I was one of the featured performers at Winterfest, and Helena was screaming, and I was screaming too because I was singing Hallelujah, and there's a couple of high notes we had to really scream for.
Yeah, I think I tried to reach the same note.
Hallelujah, and I was just like, oh Lord, here we go, we're going up. And I remember standing on the stage going, all right, we got to go up a few more notes. We got it. I always love those moments when you're just going up and you're just taking a leap of faith that note's going to be there. Mm-hmm. And it was a big, big event. So this wonderful deck is do you have the book there?
I do have the book, and I was just going to say it's the Earth Power Oracle from Stacy DeMarco, and it's really cool because inside for each card there's key energies and specific GPS locations and elements related to each card.
Wow.
And even more history too behind the card as opposed to
these cards
in addition
are
to a message.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let me have the book. I want to hold up the book a minute.
Absolutely.
The book is just a magnificent book. Matter of fact, Helena, I'll put it in front of your special camera right here.
Yeah.
So everyone can see that beautiful book.
Oh, my shot froze again. We got a beautiful shot of your Divine Destiny stuff there. But.
Yes, we have our new collection for our kit. But when you're ready, it'll work. There you go. It'll be there. All right, so we are going to place 3 cards down for the group. And these cards Seeking wisdom. It's like, I bet you all were awesome. Yeah, it came out well. It was a great performance. And I have to say, all the performers this year were fabulous. And there were some really young, talented performers who sang and danced. And they did an amazing, amazing job. And we made some new friends. I'm always up for making some new friends. And some of our friends came out. I know some of the people in the feed were there at the show. I don't know if she's here now, but Isabella Fox, who's usually in our feed, she came to see me with Nilda. And I'm sure a lot of you who are in the feed were there as well. So Loretta Ann says hello from Canada. Good to see you. I know we've got some people from the UK here. So we're glad to see our UK folks are staying up for the show. All right, are we ready for some Earth Power cards for everyone? And my guys are telling me we have to pick 5 Earth Power cards. What? We're picking 5 for everyone. And so let's see what we have here. And let's see. I'm just so excited for Wednesday's show, everyone. Not that I'm not excited to be here with you, but it's going to be a great show. Okay, we've got 5 cards from our Earth Power deck. And then we're going to go into our individual readings, so be sure to put your questions in the feed. Share the page if you would, please. Share the page, share the page, share the page. Going to the first person who shares the page. We're going to have a winner. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we've got going on. Going once, going twice. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Going once, going twice. We're going to see what we got going on here. And we've got our Earth Power cards. We love our Earth Power cards, and we've got 5 here in front of us. And this is the first time using this card, so intuitively I'm going to give you some guidance, and then if we need to seek information from the book, that's what we're going to do. So we've got our first magnetic South Pole. It is acceptable not to know. Mystery is a part of life. Acceptance allows me to begin to grow. So the magnetic pole is telling us that there are things that we may not know. We may not understand. We may not have all the answers, and it's okay not to know everything. It's okay to have an element of the unknown so that we can move ourselves forward in faith and trusting, even though we don't necessarily know all the answers. So the South Pole is telling us that it's okay to just go, even though we don't know everything that's going to come. And the next card from our Earth Power deck is the Pelalik, and that is a personal relationship in my patron guides. I'm the result of love through the ages. I'm awakened to my own value and purpose. So you have a relationship with all of your guides, and that your soul knows that you have a purpose for your relationships, and everything has a purpose in your life. So there's nothing that is by happenstance. Everything is happening, well, for a reason. And that you and your guides have traveled before. It's not like you got a whole new pack of guides every time you reincarnate. You have some guides that are traveling the whole journey of your soul with you. And so you form relationships with these guides. And so it's time for you to build the relationship and take time and invest in the relationship with your guides. It's a powerful time for you. So we've got that spectacular card as well. And then we're going to go to our next card, which is Lake Wananaka, which peace begins with me. I choose to be peaceful. So we're going to choose peace. And at this time, what better time than to ask for let there be peace on earth? And let it begin with me, right? Let the peace be in our energy, and let us understand that peace begins within, and then we can radiate peace around us, and then everything happens in divine order and divine time. So we want to create peace in our life. So we've got this beautiful card regarding peace. There we go. And then our next one is Mount Kailash. I am sacred and I am divine. I have humility and I start anew. Perfect for closing out 2019 and moving into 2020. You can start anew. Wipe the slate clean. That was then, this is now, and in the moment of now, I am moving forward. And in the moment of now, I choose to create a new life for myself, a new destiny. It matters not what the story was before. We can create something new. So let's do that. Let's move forward in that energy. Magnificent. And then we have our final card, the temples. Madadrina temples. I am fertile and flowerful, and I release all stagnation and depression. I move, and I choose gracefully to make my changes. I am spiraling out, and I am full of growth and love. It's time for change, everyone, and to release the anxiety, the depression, and to let it go. And I realize for some of us it is a condition that we can't just get rid of and just wake up one day and say, I choose to not be depressed. But let go of that heavy feeling wherever possible so that you can feel the lightness and the beauty and the love of God, because God is a flow of light and love and beauty. So we've got this energy all around us, and it is time for you to embrace it. I am fertile and flowful. I release all stagnation and depression. So those of you who are closing out 2019 feeling a little like you squeaked through and it wasn't a good experience, almost like they rang you out with the wash mop and you're like, oh, what was going on in 2019? Holy God. Did you have one of those 2019s? I think a lot of people did. It's all good. All good. It's almost over. Phew. So what better thing to say? This temple card tells us it all. I am fertile. I am flowful. I release all stagnation and depression. I move and choose gracefully. I am sprawling outwards, full of growth, and I am full of love. How beautiful is that, to be full of love and this magnificent energy. So I love this. We're going to use that as a mantra here for the feed. We're going to absolutely love that energy and truly embrace it. So you know what I'm going to do, Helena? I'm going to give you this card. You can maybe take a picture and upload it or type in that message. I think that's so powerful for everybody who is in this state of coming out of 2019. And I think we've got a great number of people who are like, 2019? What the heck was that? An experience. Oh, we all grew a lot. How many of you raised your hand if you grew a lot in 2019? I know I did. It was like, what? How many of you were growing in 2018? I should be like 6 foot tall by now. I grew since 2016. I've been like growing. 2017, I grew a little more. They stretched me in 2018. In 2019, I think they put me through the pasta maker. Then I was like stretching. Anyone else felt like they went through the pasta maker? I was stretched to the max. And here we are. We're all together, growing together. You know, we're very transparent here. We tell it like it is. And we all got stretched. There's no sugar coating. There's no extra flour on the pasta. We were stretched. Whew, I'm lucky my pasta string didn't break. But we're all here and we made it. We are ready to go into 2020. And we're going to step into 2020 with a new attitude and new energy. And with that new attitude and new energy, we're going to find our happiness. Join me Wednesday. I got my friend Rob Mack joining me. So share the page, share the love. We're going to be sure to post this up on our Facebook page and take a picture of his book and post that up as well, because we've got to get everyone on board for Rob, because you're going to love him. I'm so excited to be hanging with him. And then later in 2020, I'm going to California. I'm going to be with Rob on his show. So Helena's already packed. She didn't even have a date when we're going. She's like, we're going to California. So thank you, everyone. We are so excited. So let's see what we've got going on here. We've got people who've got health issues. Yeah, it looks like Joey Emanuel's like, yeah, I got stretched too, Sarah Spiritual. I got stretched. A lot of people had health issues. They really had a lot of bad health issues this year. That I know. I've seen a lot of that. Changes coming in people's relationships. What else do we have in the feed? Definitely a crazy time for people.
Everyone's wondering what's coming for 2022 for them.
2022?
2020.
Oh, I was like 22.
Two, not
like
two.
Holy
well,
Christmas.
Like 2, T-O-O.
2022. Yes, 2022, T-O-O. We got it. Okay. What's coming for 2020? Well, we're going to find out what's coming for everyone in 2020. I know a lot of you have had a lot of growth spurts. That I know. I'm looking at who's in the feed, and I know we've had a lot of growth spurts. If you could share the page, I would absolutely love that you'd share the page. Hey, Roger Flores, good to see you here again. Good to have you here. Who else do we have? Tina Calloway, good to see you. Let's see, who else we got? Oh, Myrna, good to see you, Myrna. Love so much. Good to see you here. Janessa, Kate Cassia. Good to see Kate Cassia. I hear this strange noise coming from somewhere.
Yeah, it's like a popping.
Do you want to go check by the burning? I got something burning over there.
Do you?
Yes, I did. Maybe I set something on fire and I didn't even know it.
Over here?
I don't know. By San Expedito. Kimberly Renee is here.
It's fine over there.
Okay, good.
Maybe he's just popping.
We got so many great people here.
They're popping off for everybody's healing.
Sue White's here. Okay. Shirley's here. Joe Thorne's here. Brianna's here. Who else did I see? Beast Defrick's here. Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody here. Just kind of going through some of the questions. Yes, Ice Baby couldn't come today. Sorry, he's busy. Penelope is here. Julie's here. A lot of names here, just trying to flip through them here. Fran Kraft, good to see you. I know I saw a lot of people I haven't seen here in a while, so Stephanie Klein is with us, so thank you, Stephanie, for joining us. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. Let's take a good look at things. Want to open up the space here, give everyone a chance to join the experience. We are so excited to get you from this juncture to 2020. And no better time than now to set your intentions. But really important, drop into your heart. Who are you? Look in the mirror, take a good look at yourself. Take a good look at yourself. You've got to take that look. You've got to really take a look and see what's changing, what's happening, how are you going to make a shift, what you want to create in your life, and how you're going to do it. And when I open you up to new opportunities, it's so important that you really envision and take in what Spirit has to say for you today. Because I know we've got a lot of powerful messages. We've got a lot of angels who are here. I have Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Uriel. Archangel Metatron always is here with us as well. So we've got that power. We've got the power of all the master teachers with us. And a lot of the loved ones from the other side are popping in as well. So we want to be sure to give them acknowledgement and thank them for their guidance, because our loved ones on the other side are always with us. It's a powerful time for them to be around us, because if they were with us in physical form, they would be at the table with us. But though they cannot be energetically in the etheric realm, they are just on the other side of life, and we are always connected. So we are going to start answering some questions, and we're going to see what we've got going on here. So, Helena, who do we have here?
I want to start with Tina Calloway. She has a great question for all. How can we all tap into the divine and have faith and let go and let God or our inner goddess with what we want to manifest in our lives?
So how do we tap into the divine? Step one to tapping into the divine is to first acknowledge that you are part of the divine. You see, we've been led to believe that there's a separation between us and God. There is no separation. When we recognize that God is an aspect within us at all times, even in your less than perfect moments, God is still present, ever perfect, ever flowing, ever creating divine love. And that divine love is always there. And the surest way to be connected to that divine essence and recognition that God is within is to find the feeling and love in every circumstance, condition, and situation, and to recognize every circumstance, situation, condition, and manifestation as being sacred to God. Because everything that happens, even that which we claim to be wicked and evil, has God's hand. God's hand is on everything, even that which is not in the appearance of alignment of divine love, because God's love is ever present. It is up to us to recognize love first before anything. That is our greatest tool in the creation process, in the manifestation process. That is our greatest tool in self-love. That is our greatest key to happiness. That is the best energy that we can use to shift the consciousness of others around us and to make a change on the planet, just you, by constantly being in the energy of love and sending out the energy of love. And when you're in that energy of love and you're not focusing on pushing and forcing an outcome, you're just allowing it to unfold. You've set your intention. You are trusting the process because you know that you are the aspect of God that is directing the energy, and in the aspect of God directing the energy, you have the force of energy to create. And when you accept that as your fact, as your essence, as who you are, that I am the aspect of God moving forward in all that I do, therefore God is in motion through me, and I am the being who is creating magnificent results with ease and grace. Once you have wrapped your analytical mind around that and felt it in the core of your being, in the soul of you, the heart of you, then that force is the only energy that is emulating out from you. And that energy in itself has the power to attract all happenings that will lead to your desired result, and it will be so smooth and so easy. It will not feel forced, and you will not have to even shed a tear, break a sweat. Nothing will feel uncomfortable until you start to think like the human that you are. And then you go, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, whoa, rewind the tape. I'm a piece of God. I'm a piece of action of God in motion. I can create. I am one. And therefore, my trusting is knowing that I am one with God. I don't need to trust that the outcome will turn out the way I want it to. I know the outcome will come in the most divine, most perfected state. The highest version of that outcome will be mine because I'm collaborating with God at all times, because God and I are one. There is no separation. I love that question, Tina Calloway, and I hope that that answer assists you and so many other people here on the feed. Thank you so much for your question, Tina. Who else do we have?
Let me get my question thing up here. I want to go to Julia.
Julia.
Julia says, Sarah, can you see something on my spiritual book and some guidance for that as well?
Okay, so the first thing that I see here is that next year is all systems go in career, all systems go in book. Book seems a little blocked, seems a little stuck, doesn't seem like it's moving in the direction that you want it to yet. Spiritual book energy is something, there's a piece missing, there's some connection missing in moving this forward. When I spin you into the 2020 time and I move you into the month of March, that's when I see rockets in place, we're ready to go to blast off. And that is a very important time, getting ready for the career time, because by the time your birthday comes in 2020, you're on track for your career. Your book becomes a platform for communication, a platform for teaching, a platform for the experience of you that you can share with others and share with love and light. You have a series of 3 books that get written. There's one that you're asking about, but I see 2 others. And these 3 books basically form a very strong connection between you and the public and allows you to move forward. Julia, recognize that you have come to this earth to be this amazing being, and this is the time for you to shine your light. And the journey between 2020 and 2021 is career and soul residing within, so everything is coming from within. Tap in, tune in, and spread it out, my friend, because you have something really launching in March of 2020. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here?
I want to go to Kate Kazia. She's asking a question about her friend Charles. Will he find a woman and love in his life? Well, he wants a long relationship.
He wants a long relationship. So let's see here. We got Charles's birthday.
That's Charles, and I also have Kate's over here for you.
Okay, so let me pull Charles. It's 2, right? Got it. Okay. Well, Charles has to first recognize that he's worthy of love. Charles seems to have been, 2014 seems to have opened up a really rough time for Charles. So I feel like whatever occurred between 2014 and 2015 kind of separated him from his knowing that he is worthy of love and that connection. So when I take Charles and I move him into this energy of 2020, I see a new beginning, a fresh start for him. This year probably was a little problematic, troublesome for him, maybe even a health concern, because his energy seems a little bit off. I see some sorrow, some loss, some mourning as well around him. So there will be another partner for him. I will say that this is going to take some time as we move into 2020. I actually have to take my marker in time and start in the month of July and then go to the second half of 2020 for him to find someone that he feels comfortable with and he can let in and recognize that he too is worthy of love. But hold the space for him and continue to encourage him to first love self, and then he can be that magical point of attraction so that love can find its way to him perfectly. Thank you so much, Cassia, for asking that question on behalf of your friend Charles. Who else do we have here today?
I want to go to Isabel Dobson. She's asking, what do I have to look forward to in 2020? She doesn't think it could be as bad as this year. Could it?
Well, you were one of the people I was talking about, Isabel Dobson, when I said, shoot, we got put through the spaghetti string, and we were like so flattened out, we couldn't get any flatter before the dough was ready to rip. No, but that's okay, Isabel Dobson, because a lot of the worst is behind you. I do encourage you, though, to, as you look at 2020, not compare 2020. It couldn't be as bad as 2019, could it? Oh, that's going to create a little bump in the road. Say 2020 is my best year ever. 2020 is the year that I am free from all limitations, and I am open and receptive to everything coming to me with ease and grace. That includes friendships, relationships, love, abundance, good health, and many blessings. And every day brings a new bountiful blessing and surprise for me, because 2020 is my year, and I'm so grateful that 2019 taught me all my lessons, and I'm ready to springboard from 2019 to 2020. Thank you, Isabel Dobson, for your Facebook question. No, it's not going to be a bad year. Just hold the vision, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us, as always, in the Facebook feed. Let's see what else we've got going on here.
I got Caroline Griffin. She's got a question about her and her husband, Matthew. So many changes, and it seems like major setbacks. What's in store for them, and is business the right choice for them?
I've been afraid of changes 'cause I built my world around you. And time, let me see here. Oh my goodness. So Caroline, a lot of changes, almost like a roller coaster of changes. And it's almost like we got thrown from one of the seats and almost landed up off the roller coaster. But you guys held on, you had the poop scared out of you there for a minute, and now things are beginning to settle down. That's really how they break it down for me. You know, Caroline, for you, you're very, very structured here in this approach for business, and Matthew is as well, but sometimes he tends to overthink, overanalyze, and maybe even something emotional. I don't want to say he sabotages himself, but emotionally he needs to stay centered and not let things worry. He tends to worry, so business could be a bit of a heavy thing for him to carry because he tends to worry. So I want you to really be the encouraging force. Business is the right choice for you if you are ready to trust the universe. You have to be willing to trust the universe on this, because you need to know that all that you need and desire will be provided for you in order to support this business. You have become creatures of habit, and now we're ready for a major change, and we have to be on the same page in all elements, and we also need to be secure within self and have inner peace. When I take you into 2020, when I move you into the business energy, I say it'll be great, but watch out for the month of February, because February seems to have a lot of wires crossed, and you don't want to be signing any important contracts in the month of February. I believe Mercury might be retrograde then at that time. So check the Mercury retrograde times and be sure to avoid any major decisions in that time frame in February. Ideally, April seems to be a great time to plant those bulbs for beautiful, beautiful flowers and energy of the seeds of greatness for you and for Matthew. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Let me see. I want to go to Myrna.
Myrna Lamboy, yes.
She's seeking to rise higher in 2020. 2019 has taught her many lessons. Any message?
Love lifts us up where we belong. Love is the answer, Myrna, as you know. And you've learned a lot of things about yourself, and you've learned a lot about others. You've learned how to give and take. You've learned how to overlook some other people's flaws, not at the detriment or the expense of yourself, but you've learned that other people are not perfect either, and that life and love is a give and take. But you've also found your own personal power. And this is important. And to assert one's personal power does not mean that we have to hurt another. So it's an important time for you. It is a very important time for you to move yourself forward. And in 2020 is going to be a good growth spurt for you. I also see there's some developments in relationship and love relationship, and this makes me feel as if the love relationship hits a new level. So this is something for you to invest some time in so that you truly know what it is you desire and what you want to have in your love relationship. So this is an important time for that as well. When I take you through 2020, you're going to have a much more ease of relationship and a much greater financial reward. I feel like there's a project or something that you take on that brings you an extra stream of revenue and makes things financially secure. Thank you, Myrna Lamboy, for following the show and being a favorite here at the Sarah Spiritual Land, because I know that you've been following us here on our radio show, and thank you for visiting our center here at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I believe we've known each other now for close to 14 years. So thank you so much, Myrna, for your question. Thank you. Who else do we have here?
Next, I have Benita. What do you see for health and finances? Totally lost right now.
Okay, Benita. You're lost because you kind of went off your path. You don't really know who you are, who you've come to be, the purpose, the meaning of life. Things are feeling out of sorts. You're not feeling as if you know who you are. Therefore, finding that flow for your finances is proving to be very difficult for you. Benita, what I want you to understand is that your health is reflecting all the dissatisfaction in your life. We need to use our mind and our heart to recalibrate everything in our body so that we can finally heal our body. The body feels very inflamed, a lot of inflammation, a lot of joint pain. I'm also feeling as if there's many imbalances. I don't know if I want to place it with thyroid or hormones because I'm not a doctor, but this is the energy that they're giving me. So I want you to check with your medical professional, and I want you to spend time every day meditating and self-care and self-love. This will be most beneficial for you. Thank you so much, Benita, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Shirley. I know this is close to her heart today. Am I going to be okay with tomorrow's legal decision about Mom?
You know, there's a lot of falsehoods and illusions around this story, as you very, very well know, Shirley. But for your mom, she's on a wonderful new horizon of beginnings. And I don't feel as if the bad guys win with a slam dunk. I really feel that whoever's the voice box for your mom, looking out for your mom's best interest, they are going to protect her, and she will have a little bit better outcome. So I feel like this outcome is meant to be favorable. And I feel like I want to pull a card for you on this one, Shirley. So we're going to take out the cards here, and we're going to take a look and see what we've got. And we've got our Angel Tarot. And if I remember correctly, Shirley, when you were here yesterday at the center, I think you bought these cards. So let's take out some cards for this here, because legal decision that's coming for your mom has a lot of importance in her future. Okay, so we've got the Two of Michael. It will all be better if you just make a decision. Well, we know that. That's what we've got the courts for. Overanalyzing the problem, we will have to find a compromise. That's the Two of Michael, so there'll be some type of compromise to the outcome. And then the Queen of Gabriel says, you can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. So just ask that the people who are there to help your mom will continue to do the right thing for her, and that the courts will find in her favor, since she's not able to really represent herself in the way that we would like. Thank you so much, Shirley, for your question. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Magda, actually.
Magda.
How is 2020 for me in love, health, and money?
2020 for you, my dear. Well, let me tell you that there's a lot of energy coming around you in the energy of money. So I feel as if there's a project that's going to yield some additional revenue for you. The energy seems as if it comes from almost an idea or a hustle of some sort, some type of project that you're going to do or inspired action that you take that kind of creates something that you're passionate about. This is something that I feel is going to be very beneficial for you. So finances begin to increase in 2020. Love seems to be a little bit out of sorts as we're closing out 2019. I see a resurgence and a reconnection of love for you in the 2020 month of May. So we want to look for a shift in love then. If there's primary partnership now, there's something out of sorts there, but there seems to be a gap or an emptiness around you, which makes me feel as if there's a disconnect in love. So look for love to resurge and reconnect. Perhaps new love comes in the May of 2020. This is the energy that they give me. Thank you so much, Magna, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
I want to go to, let's go to Joe. His intention is to move forward with his life's work and helping others, and he's in the process of closing some chapters that no longer serve him. However, he's finding a lot of doors closing. What does he need to do to get beyond these blockages, and is it a good idea to travel this week?
You can travel this week. It would be a good idea to travel this week. As long as the finances are there to support this, Joe, it's a good time to travel. It's a good time to get things moved into action. If a door closes, then know that there's another door that's meant to open, and don't get so hung up on the fact that the door is closed. Perhaps you had a vision of what it was going to be, and maybe that door is really not all that it appeared. And so the universe is assisting you. Be clear on your intentions. Be clear on what you want to do to assist others, and just allow the universe to put into place everything that you desire. And everything will fall into place perfectly for you. Just trust this experience, Joe, and everything will come together as you step into 2020, and you will step into your projects, and you will be assisting others and coaching others in a fashion that makes you feel most rewarded. Thank you, Joe Thorne, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
I want to go to Ellen Yest. Ellen asks, do you see a reconciliation between me and my former lover?
Let's take a look. All right, let's see. The first thing that I get is that this former lover seems a little emotionally disconnected, a little unavailable right now. He seems a little shut down when I look at his energy. Ellen, I feel as if there's still connection that comes, but I don't know if there's a full reconnect that takes us into a full-fledged relationship that stands the test of time. Take a good look at why we're not together, because some of those elements will most likely still be present when we have a reconnection. Move forward in this, but with your eyes wide open, so as not to get caught in a trap of something that no longer serves you. Thank you, Ellen. We're just going to kind of give you a pause for concern and caution on this one, and not jump with both feet in. Thank you for the Facebook question. Thank you. Who else do we have?
I want to go to Vanessa next. Vanessa is asking what Spirit has for her because she has a lot of emotions going on all at once. She's concerned about relationship and finances.
So Vanessa Santa is really picking up the energy of not feeling good enough, not worthy. Vanessa, you're not feeling supported. You're kind of feeling like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. And it's creating a lot of imbalance around you. And when I move you in this energy, I'm feeling as if like you're in this maze and you can't find your way out. And the emotions that I see around you is that love is not really giving you all that you thought it would. So you're questioning things now. There's been some false starts in relationships in the past. And the current energy of love has left you feeling uncertain, questioning your value and your importance. in the relationship and the energy. So now you're questioning yourself as to, well, what's wrong with me? Am I good enough? What's going to go on? So there's a complete emotional disconnect as far as understanding who you are and your value and your importance. I really feel, Vanessa, that if you would tap into the energy of the love that you are within self and work on self without focusing on love or finance, it's going to take care of itself, and just work on you, you're going to find that something magical happens for you. Unexpectedly magical, something happens. Take the focus off the aspects that you have concerns about, turn the light in towards you, focus on love, self-care, and appreciation and gratitude, and everything will begin to shift, and you'll see that 2020 is going to exceed your expectations. But we have to get past this not feeling good enough and feeling disconnected from all that you've ever desired, almost like what you desire is over there and you're stuck over here. So we want to bring you back to center, back to self-love, so that you can create something even better for yourself. Thank you so much for your question. And I know you represent a lot of people. A lot of people are feeling out of sorts. Who else do we have?
I have a good general question for everyone. How do we consciously manifest? What are the steps and how do we feel when we make that connection?
How do we consciously manifest? I'm going to give you the sense or the feeling that comes over you when you know you've made the connection with God. Have you ever been on a swing and they push you up really high and your legs pump up, and then just as you're about to drop down, you feel this like whee, this kind of whoosh in your stomach, and it kind of makes you giggle. It's excitement, and yet it's a little not fear, but just like a little kind of excitement of like, oh, what's going to happen? And you feel like you're flying, and there's this energy of lightness and excitement and joy. When you feel that over an idea that you have or something you're working on, that's where the joy comes. That's where the happiness is. And that is where you've got your connection. And the way you consciously connect is to be focused on what you desire and to focus on what it feels like, as if we have it all already. That is how we can best consciously create and open up to new possibilities. Because when we are consciously creating with God, we are in this flow that is providing us with so many different choices, and all we have to do is go, that feels good. No, I don't want that one. I want to go here. This is how it feels. This is my next step. This is my next move. This is how I move forward. And as you move forward with all of these feelings, you begin to get an idea that you're so one with God that everything feels as if you're flying. It feels as if you're in divine essence and divine love. So be open to those possibilities and trust that everything is coming and happening for a reason. So it is really important that it's a feeling that you receive, and that's how you know you've made that connection. And you get evidence right away that something is happening, like magical things along the way, like you're focusing on creating something big, and all these little things start popping up that give you surprises and extra abundance, extra happenings of connections and synchronicities. And that's how you know you're on the right track, even though you haven't got to the final destination. And the more synchronicities and magical things that happen along the way, the bigger and the better your outcome is going to be of what you desire. It's all designed in the master plan, in the blueprint of your destiny and your soul. Thank you so much for a really powerful question. Thank you for that. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Brooke. And Brooke says she keeps being very picky when it comes to things in life like relationships or jobs. What should she do to change it for 2020?
Well, let's take a look at your word picky. So we want to be selective because things need to feel like they're a vibrational match. Are we picking based on judgment or past experiences? And are things reminding us, and are we taking stories from the past and applying them and judging a circumstance, a condition, or a person before we even really know who they are? We have to meet people where they are, as they are, and get them to show us who they are. and that takes time. We have to be the impersonal observer, and we actually have to give just about everybody an opportunity to show us who they are. Now, that doesn't mean we have to invest a lot of time, but we do have to allow people to be who they are. And without judgment, there's the catch, we need to observe them and we need to interact with them. And if the interaction doesn't feel free and like a flow between us, then we recognize that it's not a connection that's going to stand the test of time, but it's an experience. It's an experience in recognizing what it is we want and what it is we don't want, where people are at different points in their life, for us to recognize how far we've come and how we can relate to maybe where they are at, or what inside of them is triggering us to remember something else in our past, and be careful not to allow other people to hook into us based on a past emotion or experience that is creating this sense of angst and is not allowing us to move forward because we truly haven't healed. Sometimes we get picky because we're being too guarded and we're not allowing the people to be who they are. How can you shift it? To first love every aspect of yourself and be sure to do the work to release all the past conditions, hurts, and pains as they come up, because it's, we have so many in our history and our generational history, our family lineage, our soul's eternal experiences. So we have many aspects to heal. And as they come up, for us to stop, drop, recognize, release, surrender, and heal. This is an important thing to do so that we can feel free to choose and feel a choice that feels good. But if it feels forced and difficult, if you can't just exchange with people the way you can be truly your authentic self, it's not a good match. And that's not being picky. That's just recognizing what is not working. But remembering, my dear, that you are the central point of attraction. You are the magnet attracting these people. So what aspect within them are you not enjoying, and what inside of yourself still needs to be tweaked so we don't attract another experience that we have to be picky and go, ugh, I'm not going there, and move forward in a better, lighter way. And it begins with self-love, self-appreciation, and recognizing what we need to heal within self. Thank you for that really powerful question as well. Good luck with you in 2020. It's going to be a good year. You'll see. Who else do we have?
I want to go to Bobby next. Bobby's asking, will 2020 be a better year for me? Feeling sad because I feel disconnected with my children.
Bobby, 2020 will be a better year. Next year actually dives into your soul and really helps you awaken a really wonderful part of who you are and loving yourself. The disconnection with your children is unfortunate, and I feel as if there's been a lot of interference in that whole story, in that saga, and that has caused you to feel alone and lonely. I want you to really embrace who you are and what the meaning of life is to you and what you can create for you. This is actually a time for you to focus on your soul, your purpose, and your reason for being. And when you align with that inner knowing and that peace and be of assistance to yourself and others, I feel like there'll be a bridge in the relationship with your children, and 2020 brings a better connection, communication, and almost a form of a reunion for you. So don't give up on that, but just disconnect for now, knowing that something better is coming for you. Helena, who else do we have?
I want to go to Brittany Amber. She says, could you tell me if my father heard my daughter before he passed, and if he heard what I said to him? I feel like there's a lot of people who also wonder if there's a message their loved ones heard from them as well.
Okay. So Brittany Amber, when I take you to your father's passing, the first thing that they make me aware of is, I don't know, I feel like someone else was either in the room or taken out of the room or left the room. There was another person or someone else there, Brittany Amber, at one point, but I feel as if when your daughter was close to him, even though your father was not cognitively conscious where he can answer you, he heard you and he heard your daughter. And I feel as if you knew he was saying goodbye to you at that time. And I know that he heard you because he also makes me aware of him being in the corner of the room, and it's almost as if, I don't know what your daughter had, or if there was something in your daughter's hand, or that you guys were holding, or something she had. I don't know if it's a toy of hers or something, but there was something there in the room. So he was able to see that because his higher self had already begun to lift himself out of the body, and he was there on the higher self level as he was still alive in the physical body. So yes, he did hear what your daughter and what you had to say to him before he passed, and know that he is very much in the energy of support, protection for you, and he brings you much love. And also there's some aspect of him that asks for you to, I guess the word is forgive him, so you would know what that means, my dear. Thank you so much, Brittany Amber, for that question. Well, we are getting ready to wrap up here from our Facebook show tonight. I know that so many of you are on, and we've got a lot of things to do getting ready for the holidays. I do hope that you join me on Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. We are going to have my dear friend Rob Mack on. We're going to be answering questions. It's going to be a very powerful show. Get ready for 2020. Helena and I have got some big things planned for all of you, and we are looking forward to sharing some new experiences. We're investing some time in creating things and kind of presenting a different look for all of you as we step into 2020, so that we can be of even greater service to you as we move forward. It is a time of love. It is a time of holiday magic. It is a time of recognizing that God is a piece of all within all of us. But for some of you, this holiday time brings a lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness. It's a time where you don't feel as if you belong, and that life is not what you thought it would be. Talk to your angels, talk to God, trust that you are forever protected and that everything is always happening for a reason. Know that you are never alone. Your loved ones are right there with you. And for sure, God and the angels are there by your side. You are never forsaken. Know that the holidays are a time for us to go within self and love self and recognize our connection with God and all the angels. It is the recognition of the divine within. That is truly the meaning of holiday magic. And what we choose to do with that holiday magic, we could share it with friends, we could share it with gifts, we could share it at parties. We can use it to create magical moments in our lives, or we can use it to just be still and take time off from the day-to-day hustle and bustle and just be one with ourselves and recognize and love all that we are and recognize and love all that was within us that is one with God. Know that you're never alone, and know that here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah and our Sunday Funday and our Wednesday show, we're always here to support you and to guide you. Our messages are always open on Facebook, on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, SarahSpiritual. Be sure to connect to the show. Click sarahspiritual.com, subscribe to my newsletter. Be a part of our communications. Perhaps something that we're saying or sharing will give you some insight and assist you on your journey, moving you forward. As always, we are grateful for your participation on our Sunday Fundays, and we truly appreciate you. And I appreciate all the people who have put together everything that we do here all year in 2019, from the help that I've had here in the center and sustaining and maintaining it, the products that we put out on the floor, the answering the phones, the coming in the middle of the night just to make sure we get everything done in time for all of you. A lot of hours go in behind the scenes to get not just this together, but to have an active center where people can come and find peace, light, and love, and I can connect with you one-on-one. If I've been of service to you here on this Facebook feed, or I've given you some insight, or you've enjoyed something that someone else received, and you'd like to have a session with me, privately, Sarah Spiritual, go to sarahspiritual.com/sessions and see the offerings that we have and book a personal session. I'd love to sit, connect with you, and be personal and share everything that I see one-to-one. And as always, we are here to be of service to you for free on our Sunday show and our Wednesday show. And if we have been of service and you can make a donation to assist us in the sustaining and maintaining of all the things that we do appreciate that as well. I wish you all a very happy holiday season. We will be joining you again before the year is up. Catch you on Wednesday, and I do believe we're going to be here on Sunday next week, and we will be putting together some something fabulous right here live at the center you'll be able to participate in for our New Year. So look for an announcement for that. Thank you so much for a very early 444 Sunday Funday. We're glad to share with all of our people all across the world, particularly our dear friends in the UK, Canada, Australia, wherever you've been that you've joined in. Thank you so much. Brittany Amber says, yes, I forgive him 100%. I love you, Dad. So you see, we make the connections, we bridge the gap between you and your loved ones on the other side, and we believe that love is the answer. So first and foremost, love yourself and recognize that God is a piece of you. There's no separation. Therefore, you are the being who can do anything. Say, I am. And for now, I say good night. Thank you. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
Shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Help me hold the answer we are looking for. Help me open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Open up in everyone. Can you feel it? There's a light to change the world. Won't you be a part of the light? Oh, love, it is the answer now, and we can see love. There's a light, there's a light that shines inside of me. Oh, there's a light, oh, there's a light that shines inside of you. There's a light in me and you. Oh,